Marcus M. Groove Daniel sat alone in the corner of the dimly lit bar, his fingers tracing the worn edges of his old bass guitar case. The same case had once been his ticket to fame, the one that had traveled with him through packed arenas and recording studios filled with laughter and the smell of success. Now it was all he had left, a relic of a time when he was somebody, when people screamed his name and his groove set entire crowds on fire. Tonight, it sat beside him like a loyal ghost, whispering memories of who he used to be. He had come to the bar after hearing that Ray Jones, an old friend and former bandmate, was performing there. Ray had been one of the few who never turned his back on him completely. Marcus had burned too many bridges in his life, drugs, broken promises, and a pride that had destroyed everything good. There was a time when the two of them were inseparable, playing in the same band that topped charts across America. They were the kings of funk, with grooves so tight they made people forget their troubles and lose themselves in rhythm. But the spotlight didn't shine forever. When the fame began to fade, so did the friendship. Marcus's addictions grew stronger, his debts piled up, and one night he walked off stage mid-performance and never returned. Now, sitting in that small bar surrounded by strangers, Marcus felt like a ghost haunting his own past. His hands trembled slightly as he reached for his drink. It wasn't the best whiskey, but it was all he could afford. The walls around him were decorated with old posters of music legends, some he had once shared a stage with. The irony wasn't lost on him. The man who helped shape the sound of a generation couldn't even afford the beer named after him. When Ray stepped onto the stage, the room quieted. His once powerful frame had grown thin, his gray hair pulled back into a small ponytail. But the moment he sang the first note, the magic returned. That soulful, deep voice still carried the same fire that had once filled stadiums. The crowd may have been small, but every pair of eyes was on him. Marcus felt a lump form in his throat as he watched. For the first time in years, he wasn't just hearing a performance, he was feeling it. Then Ray's gaze drifted across the bar, and their eyes met. Marcus froze. For a long second, the noise of the room faded, replaced by a heavy silence between two men who shared more than just music. They shared pain, regret, and the ghosts of what could have been. Ray gave a faint nod, a wordless invitation that said, "Come home." Marcus hesitated, fear gripping his chest. He hadn't played in years, not properly, anyway. His hands were calloused but rusty. His confidence was gone. But something in Ray's eyes, something between forgiveness and hope, made him stand. The chair screeched against the floor as he rose, all eyes turning toward him. Slowly, he walked to the stage, each step feeling heavier than the last. Ray smiled softly as Marcus climbed you.